news and notes from around the league.
All right, let's get to it. The Rams have fired their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, take that, Frank.
I feel like I could play the clown music again.
Yeah, probably.
But I already put it away.
This is great news for all Todd Gurley owners. We saw what happened in Miami, where the offensive coordinator doesn't give the ball to the running back with a head coach that wants to run, and they fire him and they say run the ball. And for the first time in a couple of years, Lamar Miller finally got 20 carries, runs for 113 yards. Back-to-back weeks, you give Todd Gurley 9 carries, and you say, you're not an offensive coordinator of my running team. Get out of here. So I love this for Todd Gurley owners.
Yeah. It seemed, I don't know, maybe it needed to happen. I don't know. It was Jeff Fisher who was running out of answers, and so his answer was to point a finger at somebody else, and Frank, you're out of town. So I do agree with Jason, though, that back-to-back weeks of giving Todd Gurley 9 carries. I understand sometimes a running back can get game flowed out of a situation, but Todd Gurley can catch the ball as well. And against the Cardinals, I mean, the game flow was not out of hand where you should be abandoning the run.
Nope.
And especially when Nick Foles is the option to throw the ball, you got to give the ball to Todd Gurley more than 9 times.
All right, the Bills coach Rex Ryan has said that Carlos Williams is a possibility to play in Week 14. You're not starting him, though.
No, it's just
LaShawn
McCoy. Maybe his upside is a little bit capped. However, he didn't get in the end zone last week. Still got it done.
Yep. Philadelphia Daily News reports Ryan Mathews has cleared one of the league's concussion protocol. On Monday, he could return to practice on Tuesday. Woohoo! There was also a report this morning, if you saw it, that DeMarco Murray has aired his frustrations to the owner.
Ooh.
So things are still going like they've been going for DeMarco, who, you
went to the top.
Can I just be honest with you? I'm starting to sour on the guy.
Yeah.
Because the complaining, I mean, first of all, frustrations, yes. I understand when AP is frustrated with his carries and they lose 37 or whatever, when they get destroyed. They won the game. They're tied for first in the division. Let's go talk to the owner about my carries. What? How about let's go pat Darren Sproles on the back and say, hey, nice job.
Yeah,
because I want to win.
I want to win, but I want to be the reason we win.
Yeah, but you haven't been.
Right.
Don't you think that's what they're figuring out? Isn't that the game flow test that they did?
You might be the reason they were losing. You had not been running well before that game for several weeks in a row. Ryan Mathews is the guy that – I mean, this is kind of good news that he's passed the concussion protocol. I'm not saying you should start him. But
I respect players like Darren Sproles or Ahmad Bradshaw who every time they're on the field, you can tell every last muscle they're, twitching to get the next centimeter on the field. They're trying as hard as they can. I haven't felt that way from DeMarco Murray. I see him becoming mentally frustrated in the middle of games, trying to do too much, not listening to, the offense and what it's asking. And so they tried something else and they won.
Yeah.
Brian Mathews, it's possible he's on your wire. He is a must pick up and stash for the playoffs.
What was the number of ownership you saw yesterday?
55% ownership for Ryan Mathews. That number should be 100%. I mean, he should be on the benches of every team because he has the potential to be a RB1 here. I mean, we saw Darren. If he got the work that Darren Sproles got, he's an RB1.
Let's hypothesize because that's what we do. Ryan Mathews is healthy and cleared. Would you rather run out DeMarco Murray this week because he complained about it and his workload might come back to him? Or would you rather run out Ryan Matthews?
So you're saying in your situation you have both of those guys?
There's got to be a lot of people that handcuffed him.
Oh,
they just got that poo-poo game from DeMarco. And it's playoff time.
So I'm trying to mentally put myself there. It'd be really, really hard for me to put Matthews in. When even though everything is pointing to the direction of that might actually be the smarter call, it would be such a barrier to sit down Murray, has been the guy who's getting the carries. He didn't last week, and he's been bad the last few weeks. But that's just a mental hurdle of taking some risk. There's an assumed risk by playing Matthews over Murray at this point.
The number of double-digit fantasy games that Ryan Mathews has put up as a backup would help alleviate that worry of starting him. Because even if You play the game and DeMarco ends up out touching him 15-10. I think Ryan Mathews might end with the better fantasy day. The one thing I'll say about that is in this hypothetical situation, it would require for me a full week of practice.
Absolutely.
He's got to be a full participant on Tuesday throughout the week, and then I have confidence starting Ryan Mathews.
All right, last bit of news before we get into the waiver wire. The Miami Herald said that Rishard Matthews is expected to miss Week 14 again. We know he broke his ribs, but he was still in the questionable category until late in the week. This is good for Devontae Parker owners. Monday Night Football game against the Giants.
Ooh, and if he keeps getting 60% of the yardage from Ryan Tannehill,
just imagine if he throws for 450 yards.
That's a good 300.
Be breaking records.
300 burger.
That's how it works, right?